here. Are you ready for your full body blast? We're going to go ahead and get started. All you need is yourself and a mat, and we're going to start standing. So I'm going to get you to bring your heels together and your toes apart for me. So we're in almost like a little pizza slice for me, a generous pizza slice. Let's bring our arms into those genie arms, relaxing our shoulders back and down. Hi guys, Hannah here. Are you ready for your full body blast? We're going to go ahead and get started. All you need is yourself and a mat, and we're going to start standing. So let's start with our feet just underneath of our hips for me. Relax our shoulders back and down. Chin comes into the chest, belly button comes into the spine. We roll down one vertebrae after the other. Really let that head hang. Let the knees bend a little bit if we're tightening those hamstrings. And roll up, like we're building up that back against a wall, and roll our shoulders back. And again, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine, rolling down. Let those arms hang for me. Let that head hang and roll all the way up, building one vertebrae on top of the other. Head comes up last and roll those shoulders back. One more, chin into the chest, belly button into the spine. Rolling down for me, and go ahead, take those arms, hug them around your legs for me. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale as we pull that chest a little bit closer into those legs. Inhale, take a nice inhale, prepare, exhale, pull a little bit closer, and let those fingertips hang again. We roll up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the shoulders back. Bring our heels together and our toes apart. So we're almost in like a little pizza slice for me, a Pilates V. We're going to bring our arms into genie arms, just in front of our shoulders, shoulders back and down. Let's go ahead, let's bend at the knees for me, and let's come all the way back up. We go ahead as we bend, and we lift. So if anybody's familiar with that reformer work, we're really thinking about mimicking the footwork that we do on the reformer for a warm-up. So we're bringing reformer onto the mat. We have 3 more. It doesn't have to be a big range of motion. And 2. And last one, stay halfway down and small tiny pulses. Now, can we imagine that back is still up against that wall for me? Good. And 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Go ahead, bring those feet together in parallel, toes are facing forward. We bend the knees and we come back up. So guys, we're only going as far as we can keep that back sliding up and down that imaginary wall. So so if I were to bend and come into that squat position, I'd be able to come down a lot further, but I'm only coming down as far as that back being straight will allow me. We have 3, perfect, and 2. Last one, stay halfway down, hug the knees together and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Go ahead, lift up off of those heels for me. So imagining that we have a pair of high heels on. Think Sunday Sensible as opposed to stiletto. We bend the knees and we lift up. And if you wobble, that's fine, guys. We bend the knees and we lift back up, and we have 3, and lift, focusing on that one spot that's not moving, 2, and 1, stay halfway down, small tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come all the way up, lower the heels down. Walk our feet out nice and wide, and then bring our arms back into those genie arms. We're coming down to that sumo squat and lifting and squeezing the glutes. We inhale to lower, exhale through the mouth as we lift. So we're starting to get into that Pilates breath a little bit. So inhale through the nose, expand the ribs. Exhale through the mouth for me. And again, we have 3 and 2. Last one, you know the drill. Halfway down, small tiny pulses. Are we still keeping our shoulder blades back together? 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Again, keep our arms in genie arms. Lift those heels up. Lowering down and lifting back up as we lower and lift, and we have 4. Are we still breathing? And 3, squeeze the glutes at the top, and 2, almost there. Last 1, let's go on halfway down and finish it off for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, lowering our heels. Heel toes, our feet together forming. Shake it out. Now from here, we're coming into a wider position, but not necessarily so turned out for me. We're going to bring our arms into a T. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate towards the right side and back through center. So warming up through that waist. Inhale, exhale towards the left side. Are our arms still in a T-like position? We don't want it to go from a T to an L. And again, this time we rotate. We hinge over at the hips and saw that baby toe off for 3, 2, 1. We come all the way up and back through center. Other side. Inhale and exhale. Hinge at the hips. Keep reaching that back arm back for 3, 2, 1. We come all the way up and back through center. 1 more each side. Really rotate at that waist. And 3, 2, 1. We come all the way up and center. Last 1. Inhale and exhale. And 3, 2, 1. We come all the way up and center. Lower the arms down and go ahead. Bring our feet together and join me at the end of the mat. We're going to cross one ankle over the other. Bring our arms into genie arms. Bend those knees and make our way down to the floor, or just come on down, however works for you. We're going to start with our feet bent for me, our knees bent, and our feet bent if you want, but otherwise feet flat on the floor, sitting up as tall as we can, holding on to the back of those hamstrings. I want you to round from our tailbone to the crown of our head, look down towards that belly button, bring the forehead to the knees, and then pull that chest up nice and proud. And again, inhale as we round, and exhale as we bring the chest up proud. Now, as we round, can we really think about tucking our tail as well? We don't want to think about just rounding in that shoulder girdle. We want to be thinking of rounding from our tailbone to the crown of our head. We're going to do 1 more here for me. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stay scooped. Let's continue to move back in this scooped position as we extend those arms out. And then as we exhale, bend the arms, scoop the belly, and bring the forehead more towards the knees. And again, inhale, and the whole time we're staying in this round back, scooped abdomen position. So we're really warming up this C-curve position. Last 2 for me. And come all the way up. And last 1 for me. Inhale as we come back, rounded spine. Exhale as we come forward, sitting up nice and tall. Now, either stay there or reach our arms forward. We're going to scoop back to the tag of our pants with arms extended. And exhale as we come and build that chest up proud again. So remember that scoop that we've just been warming up. We come back into him. And then we come all the way up as we build that spine. We have 2 more, making sure our shoulders are plugged back towards each other. And the last one, we're going to stay here. Now, keeping that back rounded, we're bringing our arms out and bringing them in. So notice how as I bring them out, my ribs are staying tucked. My back is staying rounded. So I'm not popping that chest up proud every time those arms come out. Last 1 for me, and bring it in. Hold on to the back of those legs. Go all the way up, and from here, let's scooch back a little bit. Extend those legs and reach over those legs. Again, making that same scoop position. So imagine that a seatbelt or someone's hand or arm is across your tummy, and you're reaching over it. While rolling down, squeezing those glutes for 4, 3, 2, 1, reach the arms overhead. Inhale as our arms come up. Exhale, belly button into the spine as we dive over. Now guys, instead of struggling and using momentum to bring yourself up, remember there's always the option of holding on to one leg and doing the so. And just alternating legs each time you come up. We're going to do one more wherever you are, using that breath. And go ahead, come all the way down. And from here, circle the arms around. Now we're going to bend those legs and circle those arms around as a nice little segue into our next section. So we're going to lift our arms up to the ceiling for me. We're going to have our feet on the floor and our legs bent, squeezing those legs together. We go ahead. We keep everything in position as we reach our arms overhead, not flaring our ribs. Circle the arms around and come all the way up. And again, inhale as they come over, exhale as they come all the way around. Good. We're going to do two more in this direction. So the goal is here is to move through the shoulder girdle whilst out moving anything else. Good. Last one for me. And then we're going to change directions. So from here we go ahead. Arms come down. Circle up and around overhead and lift. Again, we lower. Circle through a T, up behind us and come all the way up. Last one, we come down, up and around and lift up. Now, either stay here or tuck the chin, stay curled up and bring our arms overhead, circle around and bring up. We have two, staying curled the whole time. And one, and lift. Other direction, we lower, circle around, and lower, and around and back. And one more, and lower all the way down. Go ahead, bring our right leg up into tabletop, our left leg up into tabletop. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, curl up and over and start pumping from those shoulders. Now, if you want to go ahead and support one hand behind the nape of your neck, feel free to. If that's no good and our neck just is not playing today, we can bring our head all the way down, or we can curl up and over and extend those legs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now making sure that we're pumping right from the shoulder and not just at the wrist. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause. Hug everything in. Rock from side to side for me. And then go ahead and bring our feet into a little Pilates V for me. So our heels are together, our toes are apart, and our knees are about hip bones distance apart. We're going to bring our hand one under the other on the nape of our neck. We take a nice deep breath in. We exhale as we curl up and over. From here, we extend the legs to the wall and head and draw it in, making sure the knees aren't too wide. And we push out, squeezing the legs together and bring in. We have 2, get up and over that rib cage, and 1, come all the way in, lower back down. Can we close ourselves together? Our knees are together, our feet are together, and our toes are up towards our nose. So remember guys, this is repeating very much the footwork we did when we were standing. Curl up and over for me. We push the heels towards the wall ahead and inhale as we bring them in. Can we get up and over that rib cage? Can we make sure that the head is heavy into the hands and not the other way around? And the last one for me, that pelvis stays steady, bringing it in and lower back down. Now, can we go ahead now and point the toes? Feet are still together, knees and legs are still together, but this time we're pointing those toes. We take a nice deep breath in, we exhale, curl up and over, and we extend and draw back in. Again, we extend and draw back in. Again, guys, if you have neck issues, by all means, you can lower your head to the floor and do this not in a curl position. And lower back down. Now, guys, we're going to go ahead and come into a wide second. So remember how I said earlier with that Pilates V, we want to say narrower? That's because now those knees open up. They're about shoulder distance apart. We have our heels together, but our toes are much wider apart. We take a nice deep breath in. We exhale as we come up and over. Our feet are flexed. we push away and draw back in. Inhale to push away, exhale to draw in. Last one for me. And lower all the way down. Stay here, but point those toes for me. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, curl up and over. Again, extend. Point the toes the whole time. And 2. Zip the legs together. And 1. Draw all the way in. And lower down. Hug those knees in. Rock from side to side, releasing and relaxing everything. We're going to then hold on to the behind of our legs for me. I want you to curl up and look towards your navel. And I want you to start rocking them forward, back and forth. Now, remember how that felt to roll back and forth for me, guys, okay? Because that's what we're about to come on to. So, from here, I want us to make sure we've got plenty of room behind us. I want us to hold on either behind the back of our legs or just either side of our ankles for me. That little Pilates V we're coming back to. And then we're going to hug our knees with the little creases of our arms, and our knees are going to just fit into that. So our arms are against our knees are against our arms. Let's lift our feet up for me. That roundness that we were creating earlier, we're going to be coming back to there. So look down towards the navel. Keep rounded from our tailbone to the crown of our head. Inhale to roll back. And exhale as we pause up at the top, feet hovered. Again, inhale. And exhale as we pause. We have 3. Good. And 2, just to those shoulders. And 1. And all the way up. Lower the feet down for me. Scooch the bum back. Hug our right shin in towards us, holding with both hands. Our left leg extends away. Look down towards that belly button and roll back for me. So we find ourselves in a rounded position, scooped position, holding one knee to the chest, the other leg extended. Let's go ahead as we switch and switch and switch and switch. And we have 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug both legs in, lower down, look to the left, look to the right, avoiding any of that neck pain. Then go ahead, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, curl up and over. Hands are both holding on to those shins. We go ahead, keep looking towards those thighs as we reach our arms and our legs in opposite directions. Sweep the arms around to collect those legs in. And again, we reach and we draw around and collect. We have 2 more. Good, keeping that chin a little bit away from our chest. And 1 more. And lower all the way down. Again, look to the left, look to the right. Hold on to the behind of our right leg. We go ahead, extend our left leg out to the wall in front. Curl up and hold on as far as you can, whether that be the calf, whether that be the ankle, whether that be the hamstring. We go ahead as we switch and switch. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug everything in. Again, look to the left, look to the right. Bring our hands into just one on top of the other on the nape of our neck. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, curl up and over to the right side as our left leg extends. Elbows stay wide. We come back through center and straight over to that second side. Back through center and over to that right side. And center, over to the left. 1 more each way. We have right. Are our elbows wide and left. And come all the way in. Hug everything in. Rock from side to side. And then go ahead as we bring our feet down to the ground and make a little diamond out of our hands. Let's place that diamond under the tag of our pants as we bring our legs up into tabletop. Extend our legs up to 90 and let's laterally rotate them. Heels are together, toes are apart, zipping those inner thighs up. Keep them relaxed in that upper body. We lower down for 1, 2, 3 and exhale to lift. we lower, 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 and lift. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how far I want you to go down. I want you to judge this by how much we can keep our body completely still in that upper body. Good. Last one, we lower, 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 and lift. Now, let's reverse that. We lower for 1 and we lift for 3, 2, 1. We lower for 1 and lift for 3, 2, 1. Now, is our pelvis square to the ceiling? 3, 2, 1, and last one, and 3, 2, 1. Legs into parallel, bend the legs, bring our feet down to the floor, bridge up, and lower all the way down for me. Again, hug those knees into the chest, tuck our chin, look towards the navel, and rock and roll up to a seated position. Extend those legs nice and long, and we're going to separate those legs about mat distance apart for me, flexing those toes up towards our nose. Sitting up as tall as we can, imagine that there was a wall behind us. I'm going to get you to bring your fingertips towards your temples, and from here, I'm going to get you to focus on that one spot ahead. I'm going to get you to hinge back as far as we can with a straight back, and when we can't go anymore, we're going to tuck and round the rest of the way down. Go ahead, either keep our hands where they are, or take a nice deep breath in with our arms down by our side. And exhale as we come up and over. Either way, we're meeting up at the top, fingertips to our temple, looking straight ahead, hinge back, and when we can't go anymore, tuck and round down. Either keeping our fingers as is or bring our arms down by our side, tuck the chin, and exhale, come up and over, build the spine. Last one for me, take a nice deep breath in, hinge back, and then tuck and round the rest of the way down. Go ahead, bring the legs together, reach our fingertips to overhead, point our toes the other direction, and just stretch that body for me. So good. Okay guys, so now we're going to go ahead and lie onto our tummy. So let's just flip onto that stomach. However works for you, I'm just going to flip right over, and I'm going to bring my arms just into genie arms and rest my forehead down onto my forehead. So, we're going to have those legs about mat distance apart. We're going to lift our right leg up and lower it back down. Lift our left leg up and lower it back down. Now let's alternate. Let's do our right and let's do our left. Now, let's go ahead here and speed it up slightly, but only making sure our pelvis stays square. So we don't want to be shifting and shimmying. Good. We have 6, point the toes, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower down for me. Let's go ahead and bring our arms all the way down and interlace them onto the small of our back. Let's bring our right cheek all the way down to the floor. We're going to go ahead as we bend at the knees, and we're going to kick our heels to our bum for 3, 2, 1. We're going to extend the legs, pull on our hands, bring that spine through central, lower down to our opposite cheek and come all the way down. And again, we go ahead, we pulse the legs for 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs, pull on the hands, swan up, chest through neutral, and over to that right side again. So my cheek isn't all the way down to the floor because my headset is on, but if yours can be, that would be wonderful. And last one, we go ahead, 3, 2, 1, extend the legs, pull on the hands, swan up and over to that left side. Gorgeous. Go ahead, bring our hands underneath of us, sit back in that rest position for me, stretching that back out. Again, we can have our arms fully extended, or we can have our fists stacked and our forehead onto our fists. You go ahead and do whatever best for you. And when you're ready, let's meet up in a 4-point kneeling position for me. So our hands are going to be underneath of our shoulders. Our knees are going to be underneath of our hips. Making sure we have a nice long tailbone. We're taking a nice inhale, and as we exhale, we're reaching our right arm and our left leg and lowering it back down. 3 more, exact same. For 3, how long can we get? And 2. And last one for me. And lower back down, second side. Reorganize that body. Belly button is into the spine. We take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we reach the opposite arm and leg and touch them back down. And again, making sure we're not dumping into that supporting leg. And 2 more. And lowering down. And last one for me. And back down. Good. Tuck our chin all the way down to our tailbone and round that spine. So we're looking down towards our navel, untucking from our tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, looking forward to that wall ahead. Push our shoulders away from our ears. And again, tuck from the tail all the way to the crown of the head, looking towards that navel. And untucking from our tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Push the shoulders away. Look towards the opposite wall and come back to neutral for me. We're going to come up to a tall kneeling position. So I'm going to do this from the side so you can really see what I'm up to from the side. I want you to think about being really straight from our tailbone to the crown of our head for me. In fact, being really straight from our crown of our head all the way down to the back of our knees. We're going to bring our arms just ahead of us for me. If you need a pillow to make this a little bit more comfortable under your knees, feel free to. Relax our shoulders back and down. Look straight forward at that wall in front. We're going to hinge back on an inhale and we're going to exhale as we come back forward. Again, notice how I'm moving back as 1. Good. My bum is in line with my back, is in line with my head. And 2 more. Exhaling as we come forward. 1 more. Stay here for me. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And come all the way up. So good. Let's take a seat onto your bum for me. And let's swing our legs around the front. We're going to start with our feet. Just gently onto that mat for me. From here, we're going to hold ourselves up here. And then scoop and round back down. Now, maybe we stay here. Maybe we reach our arms into a nice long position in front. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we bring one leg up and the other leg up. Holding here, we take a nice deep breath in as we lower just the torso down, 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 and reach the arms overhead. Circle the arms around, hold onto the back of the legs as we bring ourselves back up to that started position. We go ahead, control down, tucking into the tail, reaching our arms, keeping our back connected to the floor. Circle the arms around, tuck our chin, curl up and over as we help ourselves up. Last one, we can do this in a single leg as well, guys. Rolling down with control. Single leg would just be like so. And bringing ourselves up. Gorgeous. No matter where you are, lower our feet to the ground and roll all the way down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching the arms down by the side and bring our heels in towards your bum. So we're going to have our hips, knees and ankles all in alignment. Our arms are firmly pressed down by our side. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're peeling our bum as we roll all the way up for me, getting those hips up, melting those ribs down, and rolling down one vertebrae after the other. Tail comes untucked last, and again, exhale, peel and roll up, keeping those legs like train tracks, and melting all the way back down. And last one for me, we peel as we roll up, stay lifted, and then go ahead as we melt all the way back down. From here, let's go ahead and walk our feet together for me and bring our knees together. Just like we did, remember, when we were standing and also in our curled position. And then from here, tuck our tail, peel up. Can we keep those legs squeezed together? Oh, this hits a little different. and then we melt all the way back down. 2 more just like this. We peel as we roll up, keep those legs hugged together, and melt all the way back down. And the last one, we go ahead, we peel as we stay lifted, hold and melt all the way back down. Now, from here, can we lift the heels up off the floor? Think about grounding down all the way from our pinky to our big toe. We're keeping our heels lifted just like we did with that standing and curl work. Keeping the legs together as we exhale, peel to roll up, pause at the top, and melt all the way back down. And again, as our hips lift, again remember to keep those ribs tucked and nice and relaxed in the collarbone and neck and chest area. Again, keeping the legs squeezed together, keeping even from our big toe to our baby toe, so we're not sickling from side to side. And last one for me, we go ahead as we lift and lower all the way down. Lower the heels down, bring our feet as wide as they will go on your mat. We're coming into that wide second position now. So again, mirroring what we did earlier. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, peel as we roll up. Very ladylike as well, guys. And melting all the way back down. And again, we peel as we roll up. Hips up, ribs down. And melting all the way back down. 2 more for me. And peel to roll. Keeping our knees tracking over our toes. And last one for me, we peel as we stay lifted, hold, and melt all the way down. Now last one, stay wide and lift our heels. Again, all the way even from our big toe to our baby toe. Lift the hips up for me, knees are coming over the toes, and melting all the way back down. And again, as we lift, squeezing the glutes, and melting all the way back down. Last 2 for me, and 2. Control the legs from wavering around like a little wibbly wobbly, which mine are definitely doing. And last one for me, we go ahead, evenly squeeze the glutes as we come up, hips are even, melt all the way down, lower the heels together, walk our feet in. And let's roll onto that side for me, so onto that left side. So, you can have our arm fully extended for me, so you can rest your head on your arm, or you can go ahead and prop yourself up. I like to prop up because I like to feel like I can see you guys. My back is lined up against the back of the mat, and my legs are stacked on that diagonal. Nice and proud chest. Let's lift the leg up to about hip height and lower it back down. As we lift to about hip height and we lower. So can we get fancy with our feet? We lift with a point and we flex to lower. We lift with a point and we flex to lower. So can we imagine what it would feel like if we were trying to grow our leg a little bit each time we lowered it back down? So it's not about height, it's really about length. Good. And last one for me. And lower, keep our foot flexed. Lift it up and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here, point the toes. Sweep our leg forward and sweep back. Again, keeping everything still in that torso. Keeping that leg parallel to the floor at all times. We have another 4 and back and 3. Perfect. And 2, sweep back. Last 1 and sweep back. Stay here for me. Small circles forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and lower down. Let's laterally rotate the leg as we lift it up and just bring it in front of us, holding that ankle and pulling it out the way. If that's uncomfortable and you want to just lie that leg down in front, you can absolutely do that as well. Let's flex that bottom foot as we lift up and lower back down again as we lift and lower, and we have 6. Good. And 5. Again, remembering, how would that feel if we grew longer each time we lifted that leg? And 2 more. Last one, stay lifted and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we circle forward with that bottom leg? And 3, 2, 1. Reverse back, making that circle-like position with a flexed foot. And 3, 2, 1. And lower down for me. Or release that leg, give it a pat, come on up to a side-seated position. So we can either sit in this Z-like position for me, or we can go ahead and stack the legs, almost like we're seated side saddle on a horse. We're going to anchor the glutes down. We're going to hold that right hand onto our right ankle for me as we reach our left arm up. So how tall can we get? Trying to connect our bicep to our ear. Grow tall, 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 and then pull ourselves over. So we're almost touching that baseboard. And inhale, grow taller, 1 more. And exhale, pull ourselves up and over. Maybe get a little bit further. Come all the way up and lower down. Let's swing those legs the other way for me. Again, sitting in that Z position, or go ahead and sit in that side seated position. Bring that left hand onto our left ankle. Pull ourselves tall as we reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. Bicep is in line with our ear. Grow taller on an inhale and exhale as we bring ourselves over to that baseboard. And again, inhale, grow taller, taller, taller. And exhale as we come into that side bend. Come all the way up, lower down, coming onto that second side. So again, I'm going to prop my head, I'm going to stack my hips, stack my shoulders, and my legs are going to be stacked on the opposite diagonal to me. My back is lined up against the back of the mat. Let's go ahead, let's point the toe as we lift, and flex as we lower. We go ahead, we point to lift, we flex to lower. Good, and again, we have 4, and I know we're always super curious what our leg is doing, but can we really keep a nice neutral gaze towards the wall ahead of us so our neck is nice and long, and we have 3, flex to lower, and 2, creating that resistance, and 1, and then go ahead, lift our leg up, stay here, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes, kick our leg forward, and sweep it back. We go ahead, we kick forward, and we sweep back. Can we keep that leg parallel to the floor for me? So we're not making a rainbow out of that leg. It's like the path of least resistance. We have 3. Nice. As our leg comes forward, our bum stays back. And last one for me. And go ahead, stay back for me. Make small circles for me for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Laterally rotate that leg, kick our leg up and bring it in front, helping that foot forward, holding on to that ankle. Again, we can just let that leg relax down in front if we want to. Flexing that bottom foot as we lift the inner thigh and lower it down. We lift that leg and we lower it. Good. And again, as we lift and control to lower down, we have 3. Good. And 2. And last one, we stay lifted. Can we pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we circle forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Give both a little clap for me. Push ourselves up to a seated position. We're going to go ahead and come onto a seal. So remember guys, our seal is where our knees are about shoulder distance apart, and we're bringing our arms in between our thighs and holding on around the ankles. So I'm just going to show you the grip. So we're holding on in between and then wrapping our hands around the edge. So making sure we've got plenty of room behind us. We're going to come onto a seal. We're going to do 4 seals, and then on the 5th one, we're going to come up to a standing position. Or just come on up however's best for you. So we'll all start together. We lift those legs up off the floor. Our thighs are heavy into our arms are pushing against our thighs. Look down towards that navel. We go ahead, we rock and roll back. We exhale, we come up, and we clap the soles of the feet together for 3, 2, 1. We go ahead, rock and roll back. We come all the way up and clap for 3, 2, 1. Again, all the way back. All the way up and 3, 2, 1. One more seal like this. And clap for 3, 2, 1. This last one, we're going to release our arms, cross our ankles and come up to a stand. We go ahead, rock and roll back, release the hands, cross the ankles and come on up. And if we feel like a little ta-da is necessary, then go ahead. I'm going to step down and face towards you. My feet are going to be just about as wide as my shoulders. And I'm going to bring my chin into my chest, my belly button into our spine as we roll down. And then go ahead, just at the start, we hug our hands behind our legs for me. Bending those knees a little bit. Take a nice inhale, and as we exhale, bring that chest towards our thighs. And relax the arms down and roll up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll our shoulders back. Let's bring our hands onto our hips. Let's look over to the left side for me. And back through center. Over to the right side for me. And back through center. Bring our left ear down to our shoulder, relaxing all the tension out of that neck. And back through center. And we bring our right ear to our right shoulder and come all the way up. Look down towards our chest and up towards the sky. Bring our head on straight and give yourself a round of applause. The words you've been waiting for. You, my darlings, are all done. Absolutely fabulous job, and I will see you next time.